This video is covered under the Fair Use Act. It's for educational purposes only. I just want to get that out the way. We're going to go right into this video.
I am with you, and it's easier to get to my website with just Ron Mark Show. Do not do the .com. Just Ron Mark Show. Google it or Yahoo.
Okay, Ron Mark Show.
That's it. Yes.
Okay, all righty. Well, tonight, as always, Ron, every week you give us some valuable history lessons, valuable information. So tonight we're going to be talking about the 5 civilized tribes.
Yes, yes. I would advise all of the listeners to pull down the shades, lock the doors, because I'm going to frighten them tonight with this new history as to who we are, where we come from, and what we're about. And I don't mean that jokingly.
Thanks, Ron. Y'all see it, right?
Because this information is so heavy, Beverly. I don't think they'll be able to grasp it tonight. We're going to have to do a part 2 next week, or we'll decide that later. But we'll do a part 2 and let you call in, because this is some heavy. All right?
Well, you know, Ron, you
Just because it's doing here.
So don't hurt us.
I'm a bookmark it.
Yeah, I know, but my method of madness is to get your attention. And I do that by giving you raw truth. I don't, I can't, I can't shortstop this stuff. It's just, yeah, it's just too much information, and we don't have a lot of time to get it. So, as a result of that, I just lay it out there. And I always say, go look it up. I'll tell you where to go. Don't believe me. Call me a lie. And I know you're going to do that tonight. Because I'm going to rock your socks off tonight.
Okay.
So I gave it in my class. I did this in my class yesterday. And the students, bonkers. They said, and I gave them all, I do it for them in class with the information. Whereas your listeners are going to have to go get it. Unless they email me and I'll send it to them.
Okay, now, before we get started, for the people that is in the Detroit area, where is your class?
My class is in Highland Park, on Woodward, between Glendale and Davison. And every Tuesday at 6 p.m., I have a class from 6 to 8. And I have approximately 40 students that are every week they show up. And I try to hurt them. I don't take prisoners. I like to say that. I don't take prisoners. So whatever I can do to help you, educate you, do. Okay?
We ready. We ready.
Everybody's ready.
Yeah.
Okay. I will suggest that you get a piece of paper, and I want 4 columns. I want you to set up for 4 columns on a piece of paper, because you're going to have to look this up, because you're not going to believe this. You're going to call me the craziest man on the planet when I get through with you tonight. Because this stuff is so heavy. When I talk about it, people look at me like, where did you get that? So let's get started. I want the first column to be titled Iroquois Confederation. The second column, I want Powhatan Confederation. That's P as in Paul, P as in Paul, O as in Opal, W as in Washington, H as in house, T as in Tom, A as in apple, N as in Negro. It's called Powhatan. All right. Now the next column, I want General Custer. And the last column, I want Colonel is in Highland Park on Woodward.
All right, y'all. We finna eat.
Between
Hope y'all hungry.
Glendale and Davidson. And every Tuesday at 6 p.m., I have a class from 6 to 8. And I have approximately 40 students that are every week they show up. And I try to hurt them. I don't take prisoners. I like to say that. I don't take prisoners. So whatever I can do to help you, educate you, do. Okay?
We're ready.
Everybody's ready.
We're ready.
Okay. I will suggest that you get a piece of paper, and I want 4 columns.
Go to this channel.
I want you to set up for 4 columns on a piece of paper, because you're going to have to look this up, because you're not going to believe this. You're going to call me the craziest man on the planet when I get through with you tonight. Because this stuff is so heavy. When I talk about it, people look at me like, where did you get that? So let's get started. I want the first column to be titled Iroquois Confederation. The second column, I want Powhatan Confederation. That's P as in Paul, P as in Paul, O as in Opal, W as in Wachino, H as in house, T as in Tom, A as in apple, N as in Negro. It's called Powhatan. All right. Now the next column, I want General Custer. And the last column, I want Colonel Shivington. Chivington. C is in Charlie, H is in house, I as in idea, N as in Negro, G as in golf, T as in Tom, O as in opal, and N as in Negro once again. Colonel Shivington. Okay. All right, we ready to go. Now, I'm going to drop these bombs, and we're going to go from the bomb. That's the only way I can give you this. Number 1, the Civil War, as you were taught, never existed.
Oh my God. Another lie.
Another tremendous lie. Never existed. All right? Number 2, all of the wars that they tried to glamorize from Hollywood with the Civil War, such as Gettysburg, Appalachian, whatever, all that trash, those were court decisions. Those were battles in court. That's it. Now, if you go to your Black Laws Dictionary and look up battle, we'll talk about legal confrontations. All right? If you go and look up Indian fighter, you'll find that there were a multitude of wars. Hundreds of wars, slaughters.
Y'all don't be looking at me. I be hearing my mouth
Europeans
open all that.
And the Buffalo Soldiers, let's not leave them punks out, to wipe out the black race of Moors. Now,
Wait a minute, Ron.
Yes. They started out as a helpful unit of the, I hate to call them the Union Army, but let's call them the Unions, to guide them into the black nations to kill black folks. They were not necessarily started with that premise, but the bottom line is they ended up with that premise. Buffalo Soldiers were the enemies, major enemies. to black America. Number 3, I'm just dropping bombs before I even start the presentation. Number 3, there is no such thing on this earth as an Indian. Whoa, that one. It don't exist. They created that in order to hide the bloodshed and the murder and the rape of our ancestors, women, and children. Okay? Now, let's get started. 1860, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65 were some of the most bloody battles in Americans' history from the Indian fighter perspective. And they try to make you believe that they were fighting way out west, but they were not. There was a lot of laws passed prior to 1860, especially the law of 1836, when they started the removal of black people that were in the southern Black Delta area, all in the South. If you look up Trail of Tears, this is when in
Won't he do it, y'all?
Alabama, Mississippi areas, the European settlers pushed not all, 90% of all the blacks out and told them to get the hell out, and they walked from that southern territory all the way to Oklahoma.
They walked. Y'all hear him?
We're talking about Oklahoma as a state. We're talking about Oklahoma as a territory, which would be a confederation of our people who ran that area out there. We have to understand when the European talks about territories, that's his term for confederation. The Civil War in the books that they taught you was Union Army and which against the Graycoats never ever existed. What was happening was the Powhatan Confederation. All blackies fought the Iroquois Confederation, all blackies. And they had a discrepancy in Congress because the Powhatan wanted the Europeans to have some of our ritual rights, like our land. And they were never in the Constitution. Even today, the European can never, ever own land in the United States, the Western Hemisphere. Cannot. That's why he used those little phony deeds, warranty deeds. They use titles, they use certificates. Never will they give you an allodial title, which gives you pure ownership of land. Because they can't do it, and the government that they set up can never, ever do it. So when they allodial, ALLODIAL, allodial title. It's not in most dictionaries. So you got to do some real serious search. And the first thing they're going to say when you find it, it's not in the United States. And they're right, because they're talking about United States of America, not the United States.
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
original
30 seconds.
Constitution.
Oh, Paul,
Why we must create our own nationality so we can get back to the original.
I'm gonna pause it. It's getting good already, y'all. Y'all ready to eat? Say, Thank you, Miss Mary. Thank you, Miss Mary. Thank you, Miss Mary. Peace and blessings.